Welcome to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Thank you so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. It's going down. Very special guests. Episode 16, it's a Sunday Funday edition as always. Double header. First of its kind, a Late Night Vibes episode with two guests in one episode. Okay, maybe not the first of its kind, but it's a double header indeed. The first one was way back in the holidays, time frame or so. But nonetheless, this is exciting. This is the one of the last weekends of the first month of the year, and I cannot believe how fast this year is already moving. We're going to have Chief Jimmy Evans in the studio, as well as Constable Nabil Shike, first Muslim, first Pakistani, first of both to be elected as a constable in the U.S. It's going to be exciting, and he's recently been elected for the Fort Bend County Precinct 4 and has appointed Jimmy Evans, his colleague from prior, as his chief as well. So it's going to be a great time talking to them and learning a little bit more about the whole process of law enforcement and how it coincides with life. So sit tight. And of course, a lot of stuff has been happening in the news lately. I don't follow too much of it because I can only take dose after dose after dose, not too much. That's why they got the vaccine in doses as well, because all of it will probably kill you. So let's get into some interesting stuff that's been happening in the current events. First and foremost, former Florida data scientist Rebecca Jones turned herself into the authorities last week. She accused the state of retaliating against her for speaking out about its COVID-19 policies and Governor Ron DeSantis' decisions related to the pandemic. Governor Santos seen here changing the subject when asked to comment. That's right. Let's see what's going on. Lowe's Hotels says it will no longer allow fundraiser for Senator Josh Hawley, scheduled for February to be held at one of its hotels. The move is the latest fallout from the Missouri Republicans' widely criticized decision to object to Electoral College results during Congress's certification of President-elect Joe Biden's win. There's always Motel 6, and they'll probably need to leave the light on for you as well. So that might be another option. That's right. Let's see what's going on. Social media site Gab is surging even as critics blame it for a Capitol violence. Gab was founded in 2016 as a platform that embraces far-right and other extremists, including Milo Yiannopoulos and Alex Jones, who have been banned from Facebook and Twitter. When commenting on Anti-Defamation League, Gab CEO Andrew Torba claimed that the ADL is just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. Not to be confused with his wedding vows. That's right. Let's see what's going on. India aims to vaccinate 300 million people by July, though it could take on an additional 2 or more years to inoculate all nearly 1.4 billions in India. That's right. How they plan on speeding this up? Simple marketing. That's right. Turmeric, a.k.a. Haldi, Haldi, a.k.a. turmeric. That's right. It's India's go-to for everything. So, finally, countries all over the world are trying to vaccinate, but the only doses Argentina could get their hands on were of the controversial Sputnik V from Russia. Russia's health ministry, which is involved in developing Sputnik, authorized its use before it had gone through any clinical trials. Though, as a failsafe, the vaccine comes with a shot of vodka. That's right. That's your little list of doses of current events in politics and news in general around the world. I don't, like I said, go into further detail because, again, too much of all these current events will eventually kill you, in my honest opinion. Sit tight. We're going to have our very special guest from law enforcement in the studio, first ever for Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani, Chief Jimmy Evans, as well as Constable Nabil Shike in the studio in just a little bit. Sit tight. We'll be back with more Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani. We'll be back.
amazing things for you.
Light up your new year with a top-rated luxury SUV from Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 XT4 Luxury Collection for $319 a month, the new 2021 XT5 Luxury Collection for $399 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for $459 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com
59 और वेस्ट बेलफोर्ड पर है नुक्कड़ ढाबा, जहां के मशहूर जमाना बॉम्बे तंदूरी चिकन, पहाड़ी बोटी, चिकन चटपटा और बटर चिकन तो आप जानते ही होंगे। अगर आप बॉम्बे चाइनीज खाना आप पसंद करते हैं तो जरूर उनके चिकन लॉलीपॉप और चिकन चिली ट्राई करिएगा। और एनटीवी ह्यूस्टन का नाम लेने पर स्पेशल है $99 में कॉर्न सूप। सुबह 8 से लेकर रात के 2 बजे तक नुक्कड़ ढाबा आपकी खिदमत के लिए खुला होता है। For takeout and other inquiries, call 281-575-1178 at the corner of West Belfort and 59. Nukkad Dhaba.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Segment 2, and it's a double header as promised. We got 2 of Houston's finest in the studios. Intro number 1, cued right now, currently holds a master's degree in Homeland Security. Also recently retired from the Harris County Precinct number 3. That's right, Constable's office, of course, as the evening shift watch commander. And only to be appointed as the first African-American chief deputy to be for the Fort Bend County Precinct 4 Constable's office. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have, of course, in just a moment, guest number 1. And guest number 2 is, of course, an actor, member of the Pakistani Film Producers Association, the co-founder of In Time Property Solutions, as well as most recently the first Pakistani and Muslim elected constable in the history of not only the Fort Bend Precinct County 4, but also the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have, of course, and we have him right now, Chief Jimmy Evans, as well as Constable Nabil Shike. Come on down. All right, here we go. Thank y'all so much for coming through and joining us. Doubleheader.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having us here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But holy smokes, y'all have been just making, accolades after accolades. Being the first African American for Precinct 3, as well as
Precinct
now
4.
Precinct 4, and you're the first Muslim American as well as Pakistani American as well to be not only in the precinct for Fort Bend County, but the United States to be making it this far. Holy smokes! Who, what, when, where, why, how? Chief, since you have a little tenure, I'd love to hear you go first, and let's get into it.
Okay. I first got into criminal justice field like in 1984.
Wow.
Coming from a small town near Huntsville, you had Sam Houston University, and also you had the prison. So when you got out of high school, you either went to work for the prison system or you went to the university. So my career started 18 years old. Started working at the prison system, and after about 6 years, then I ventured over into law enforcement, and it's been a total of about 33 years now.
Wow, 33 years. And in that time, you work with Constable Shike, is that right?
Yes. I was at one point, I was his sergeant.
You were his sergeant?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yes.
So what's it like now working in the, I guess you guys are still partnered up and working together, or is it like a kind of a senior kind of thing here and there? How does that work?
Yes, after I went over to Precinct 3 as a lieutenant, that's been 3 years, and now we joined back together, and it feels like we never even left each other. It seems like we never missed a beat. We just picked up where we left off, and we're trying to do the best we can for the community.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Congratulations on both of y'all's success. But Nabil, what's going on, man? So first Pakistani, and I'm proud because I was also born in Pakistan as well. So thank you so much for putting Pakistan on the map in my hometown of Houston, Texas. And first Muslim American as well to do this in the land. Tell me about your journey as well. How this whole thing worked out the way that it did.
Yeah, so we started this journey back in 2018.
and built on, the principles of, faith, family, and service.
Yeah.
Ran a very clean campaign, and we had people that would target us and, find ways to try to diminish everything that we were trying to do, saying things that, oh, this cannot happen in Fort Bend County.
Yeah.
And I may be the first Muslim, the first Pakistani ever elected as constable in the United States, but I won't be the last.
Yeah.
And, Precinct 4 is about 225 square miles. We have a little close to about 250,000 residents, but I just don't see it in that aspect. Now, being the first, Muslim comes with a lot of responsibility.
True.
And I feel that I not only represent the people of Precinct 4, but I represent the 1.8 billion Muslims around the country, around the world. So I carry that weight on my shoulders to help keep me and guide me to success.
That's what's up, man. That's big right there. I'm just, like I said, I don't know if I'm like the first of anything really. First Pakistani dude with the TV show. I doubt that. I think there's other people out there as well. First Muslim to do anything, forget about it. I'm not even in that yet. But yeah, so congratulations on both of y'all's success so far. And that's a big shoes to fill for anybody coming after you. So, and Jimmy, Chief Evans?
Yes.
You got a son that has your name as well. Is that right?
Yes.
So
yes.
What's that like having, back and forth of, dad and, it sounds like a TV show in the making. Right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's also, I'm proud of my son. It's one of those things that I set him on my knee every night and say, hey, I want you to be a police officer. He went to college, like most, young kids do, and they come back, and I decided, hey, what are you going to do? And he didn't know what he wanted to do, and I said, hey, why don't you join us so you can pay your own bills and get off my insurance and get out of my house, and think this is great. And hey, the rest is history. 5 years later, he's still in law enforcement.
Wow, that's what's up. So, having a kid in law enforcement, one of your 5 kids, is that right? Is he the only one in law enforcement?
That's the only one that's in law enforcement.
All right. So when you see that or hear that, Nabil, is it something that you also instill in your kids? Because you got 2 and you got a 3rd one on the way. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
So do you hop both your daughters up on your knees and be like, all right, so cops for y'all as well, or what's that like? Or
I'm gonna have to take a different route than what Chief is doing. But we hired the first female lieutenant in Precinct 4's history, Lieutenant Veronica Martin.
Wow.
And I think it's time that we empower our women. And the other day we went down to the University of Houston Downtown Police Academy, and went out there to recruit. And as I was standing there, speaking to all of the new recruits, one, they've never had the constable himself or high-ranking officials come down and recruit them.
Oh.
And when I looked out into that audience, I saw a bunch of females that are wanting to be police officers.
Yeah.
And what I saw in them was my daughter.
Wow.
And I saw that, a lot of, especially, we're Desi, so, you want your kids to be doctors and lawyers.
South Asians, a.k.a. Desis.
You want them to be, doctors and lawyers and
True.
dentists and, all of the above, but you forget about other professions.
Yes.
So, as I have followed my dream, I want my kids to grow up and follow their dreams. My oldest daughter wants to be a veterinarian.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter right now wants to be a dentist.
Wow.
So my job now is to be the father for them and support them in anything and everything that they want to do. And so they want to be cops. My job is to show them the way on how to be not only a police officer, but to be a good police officer, to have empathy for people, to be a good community servant, I guess you would say.
That's what's up, man. That's beautiful. Kudos for both of you guys for your amazing service so far. And whenever I see 2 cops hanging out together, just like, we got a chill vibe here going, I think about the movie Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. One of my favorite movies whatsoever.
I think I'm more like the Mike Lowry.
Are you really? You're the Will Smith character? Oh, Mike Lowry. So you're telling me that, wait, I remember Will Smith when he has that scene in the second movie of it where I think Martin Lawrence's daughter is about to go on a date. So, Will Smith's character comes and is like, it tries to
Yeah,
act like
yeah.
the tougher, uncle or something. So is it like that? Like, are you, when his kids are at the age of dating or so on, are you guys going to kind of do that double teaming on the guys who come to pick them up for prom or something?
Don't talk to me about dating just yet.
Hey, I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I think our chemistry together. I know Chief mentioned him being my sergeant at one point.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot of the stuff that I'm able to utilize today.
That's what's up.
In times where leadership mattered a lot, he kind of took me under his wing and would send me to a lot of these leadership schools like the FBI, Law Enforcement Executive Development Association, would send me there so I can develop my own leadership skills. And I didn't really realize what he was doing. And I would see other deputies get promoted, and he would sit there and would tell me, like, you're bigger than that. Yeah. You're bigger on being a sergeant. You're bigger than, being a lieutenant. And I'm just looking at him like, you're just, blowing smoke. But, when I announced that I was running, and he kind of mentioned it to me, and he says, I sent you to all this stuff because I knew you had the potential to be great.
That's what's up.
And, alhamdulillah, today, I'm sitting here as the constable, and one of my mentors is sitting here as the chief.
That's what's up, man. We talked about the dream team off the year with the Rockets. But aside from that, I'm looking at this right now. I won't go into that because we went into heavy detail about Harden and anyways, Olajuwon. But what I was thinking just now when I thought about it is when it was your time, when you got elected or appointed, you went ahead and reached out to Chief Evans. What was that? Was it a call? Was it a face-to-face? Like, hey, bro. And was it like, did you have to like serenade him? Like, did you ever know you're my hero, sing a song to him or something? Or you're the wind between my wings or below my wings or something? Or how was that interaction?
I don't think I really had to sell myself to him. Most people have to sell themselves to recruit some of the best. And when I say Chief Evans is one of the best, you can go almost anywhere and you can just mention his name and somebody will know him. And I think it was just more of a mutual understanding that we both had. And the moment I called him and I told him, hey, I want you to be my chief, it was like, hey, what do I sign up?
Were you waiting to exhale or like, I thought you never ask?
But, I didn't hesitate, and I knew that I had some other options. And I knew what was important because I know he's very loyal. Yeah. And I know doing, the campaign trail, a lot of people come up and say, hey, I got this person for you, this person. And, he basically said, hey, I got this person because it's very unique position. Yeah. Not only do you have to know law enforcement, but we have to be on the same page and want the same goal. Real talk. Because if not, it won't work.
That's what's up.
There's no doubt in the trust here on either side. So.
That's beautiful. That's what's up. That's what's up. So alongside this normal interview, I had some fun questions I want to throw in there as well. Okay. Let's see what's going on. If you could describe your life in a combination of 3 movies, what would they be and why? And I'll ask both of you guys. So 3 movies to describe your life. Constable Nabil, please go first.
I think I would have to say Rocky.
All right. The first one?
Pursuit of Happiness.
With Will Smith as well? You're a Will Smith guy. All right.
And, the third one, I would have to say John Q.
John Q.
Yes.
Denzel Washington.
If you take all 3 of them, you take, let's say, John Q, somebody that would fight for his family, do anything for his family. Boom. Even if it means risking his own life for his family. Yeah. You take the Pursuit of Happiness, the struggle that you go through in life to ultimately reach your goals and your dreams. Again, it goes back to family. Beautiful. To provide for your family.
That's what's up.
And then you take, Rocky, that eye of the tiger. Yeah. Nobody can knock me down because there's no man that can knock me down. Wow. And only God can knock me down.
Wow. That's what's up, man. That's a real deal right there. How about yourself, Chief?
One movie that first comes to mind is the Isaiah Thomas story.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Isaiah grew up in a single parent household like myself. My mother was similar to Miss Thomas.
Same wavelength right here, single mom.
three boys, was 3 girls and 2 boys. And the second movie, I would say Colors. Because I came in law enforcement in '91 when all the crack epidemic and all that stuff was going on.
Yeah.
So I actually lived that and on the law enforcement side, and also battling some of those demons that said, "Hey, you may go this route."
Wow.
And then they grew up differently. They were different races, but they all had the same issues in the end, and they came together during the times when, it was the nation was divided, and those 2 guys came together in football and helped the nation to come together.
There we go. That's what's up. That's
Brian Sung. That's
Brian Sung story. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Wow. All right. So we talked about this, not really on the air, off the air, or anything like that, but both of you guys share one other major detail in your life. You both are fathers. We discussed that. So,
Right.
How has fatherhood and being, in the public service, eye or public servant eye, shaped your life trajectory or your life's journey? Constable Nabil.
Well, I think being a father is the greatest gift you can have and the greatest job you can have, because it is a job. It's a full-time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week job.
Wow.
And, me having 2 little girls and another little girl on the way, I have to be the best role model for them so they can grow up when they're looking for their husbands, to find a man that is not only respectful to them, but that will take care of them. And, my daughters were very active during our campaign. And,
oh, wow.
They're very excited when they would see police officers. Just a random police officer could be with the Houston Police Department or, anywhere else. And my daughter would go up to him and just be like, "Hey, my dad's the boss," and he's your boss too. And I'd have to kind of explain to her. And then now she understands what Precinct 4 is.
Yeah.
But, getting them active in the political realm, I think that is very important. But fatherhood has shaped me completely. And helped me become the man that I am today.
Beautiful. That's what's up. That's what's up. I don't have any kids that I know of, and my wife hates when I make that joke. So, how about yourself?
Yeah, I've been down that road. Having older kids, it's kind of funny because being a father of older kids, I watched my kids grow up, and I had to be a father and be a mentor. And then when I got in now that I'm a leader in law enforcement,
Right.
Some of these young women and males that come in law enforcement are at the age or beyond the age of my children, and it makes it's a lot easier to become a leader because not only do I lead them in law enforcement, but I can actually be like a father figure to them about things that in life also.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. This is amazing. I feel like I'm getting like a plethora of knowledge here. I'm gonna go back and watch this episode again and like, oh, what was he saying? All right. So I know, I can get that ingrained in me to be hopefully as good of an awesome father as you guys. So fingers crossed. Let's get into a funny question. We'll take a little break as well. If there was a video game, if life was a video game, all right. I'm a geek, a nerd. If life was a video game, what are some cheat codes, or you can say life hacks, that y'all would give to a younger version of yourself if you can go back in time? Like Arnold, when you first started, right before you hit the ground running, what would you tell yourself in terms of a life hack or cheat code if you could go back in time? And Jimmy Evans.
I would think about the video game Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, Donkey was, when he was trying to, Kong was actually climbing up the ladder, and they would constantly roll the barrels down, and you would have to jump over the barrel. That's how life is. Every time someone rolls a barrel, life rolls a barrel, you just jump over that barrel, and when you think you're almost to the top, it gets harder and harder, and those barrels just keep coming down.
There you go. Okay. All right. Donkey Kong life. All right.
Donkey Kong life.
How about yourself?
Donkey Kong. I haven't really thought about it. Probably if I can give myself a cheat code. There's just so many things, but one, focus on my education. It took me about 13 years to graduate with my bachelor's degree.
Wow.
And just, me chasing money and, doing things that younger people do.
All right.
I think if I would have just focused more on my education and my goals at that time, rather than
later in life.
Later on in life, money always comes and goes. And, especially when you're young, you're just like, man, I just want to be a millionaire. And, I want to, chase this money and do this and that. But then, understanding the faith side of myself, especially now, and understanding that, God will provide for you.
That's what's up.
And so, probably that would be the cheat code. And if I had to put it in a game, I didn't expect Chief to put it out in a
Donkey Kong.
But
it could be Tetris. I don't know. I was gonna say Tetris for myself, but
I don't know.
what's your game to?
I'm more of an NBA 2K kind of guy.
All right.
And a Call of Duty kind of guy.
All right.
So,
Okay. All right.
I guess just working as a team.
There you go. Being a team player. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. We're gonna have a very short break. We're gonna take we have Chief Jimmy Evans in the house. We have Constable Nabil Shike in the house, and ladies and gentlemen, of course, yours truly, Anil Sohani, is in the house. Sit tight. We got more with Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani only on NTV Houston in just a moment. We'll be back.
Light up your new year with a top-rated luxury SUV from Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 XT4 Luxury Collection for $319 a month, the new 2021 XT5 Luxury Collection for $399 a month, or the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection for $459 a month. All for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com
59 और वेस्ट बेलफोर्ड पर है नुक्कड़ ढाबा, जहां के मशहूर जमाना बॉम्बे तंदूरी चिकन, पहाड़ी बोटी, चिकन चटपटा और बटर चिकन तो आप जानते ही होंगे। अगर आप बॉम्बे चाइनीज खाना आप पसंद करते हैं तो जरूर उनके चिकन लॉलीपॉप और चिकन चिली ट्राई करिएगा। और एनटीवी ह्यूस्टन का नाम लेने पर स्पेशल है $99 में कॉर्न सूप। सुबह 8 से लेकर रात के 2 बजे तक नुक्कड़ ढाबा आपकी खिदमत के लिए खुला होता है। For takeout and other inquiries, call 281-575-1178 at the corner of West Belfort and 59. Nukkad Dhaba.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us for segment 3 of episode 16. That's right. Very time 16. Special guests in the studio, double header for the first time here on Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani. We have Chief Jimmy Evans in the studio, as well as Constable Nabil Shike as well, killing it. We're talking about life, liberty, and our favorite video games. We're just chit-chatting, having a good time. And again, thank y'all so much for staying so late. It's a Sunday night late. I know you got kids, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to chill a little bit and share your vibe with us. So.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
it.
So, we talked about off the air a little bit about life core values. And Constable Nabil, you mentioned faith being one of your top core values. How has your faith influenced your life or journey from being on the professional side as personal side and everything in between? And if you want to comment on that as well, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, Jimmy, after Nabil.
So I think God has a plan for everything.
100%.
And if you put your faith and your trust and your heart into God, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. And again, through our campaign, it was built around faith, family, and service.
Nice.
And it's exactly in that order. You can't expect me to be a good husband or a good father or a good community leader without having that faith in God. So I think that kind of is my checks and balances, I guess you would say, or keeps me in line and keeps me in check. You know, if you come to my office, you know, I have, you know, the Holy Kaaba up there and, you know, different prayers that are surrounding me. And when our deputies come in, you know, they see it all and then, you know, they ask about it and they inquire about it. So I take it as a teaching moment for myself. And I think what that does is it can help slowly eliminate Islamophobia, especially when it comes with law enforcement, because I've had to deal with it myself, being a deputy and having to face, you know, different other police officers making comments derogatory towards Muslims or Islam.
Wow.
And so now that you have a Muslim constable, it's not that I'm imposing religion or anything like that on anybody. It's more of me educating, educating our staff about what Islam is, because, you know, Fort Bend County is the most diverse county in America.
100%.
And the most ethnically diverse county. And, you know, we do have a lot of Muslims that reside and South Asians that reside in Fort Bend County, especially in Precinct 4. And Precinct 4 is the most diverse in the whole county.
Yeah. And
so if knowing that you're going to interact with potential members of the community that just so happen to be South Asian or just so happen to be Muslim, now they get a better understanding on the culture, on the religion. And I think ultimately that helps that police officer, you know, make sure he does the right thing.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How about yourself, Chief Jimmy?
I was, you know, I at the time, you know, growing up as a kid, in a small town, my mom, my grandmother, both sides of, on my dad's side and mother's side, they believed in always putting God first.
There you go.
And at the time, I didn't understand why I had to go to vacation Bible school every summer for that 1 week, you know, when my cousin would come down. And then even being a young adult and an older adult in law enforcement, you know, you can only imagine in 33 years, I've seen a lot of people get killed. I've seen people get injured, and I've seen police officers go bad. I've seen correction officers go bad. And even during the time of when you think about the drugs, there was a lot of money out there on the streets. A lot of police officers went bad. They got corrupt. And I had someone ask me, man, how did you make it? Mm-hmm. And of course you can say, oh, well, I was, you know, I used common sense. But as I got older and I look back, it was, you know, it was just God watching over me. And those times of going to vacation Bible school and getting up, going to church and Sunday school on Sunday morning, it all paid off. And that's what was watching over me, has watched over me in my personal life and my professional life.
That's what's up, man. That's beautiful right there. I love and appreciate that you guys being Houston's finest have that core, you know, life value. That's really amazing. That's beautiful right there. Thank you for sharing that. Because I know faith is not like a thing that everybody likes to openly talk about. So I appreciate you guys taking that moment to kind of deep dive into that in your psyche. So jumping back into it, what will be, so, you know, I see a lot in downtown during the holidays especially. I see a lot of, you know, police officers and different folks in the public servant, you know, realm riding around in horses. And I'm thinking not just a Texas thing, but, you know, different cities and states and so on, right? But aside from horses, what would be the coolest animal to scale up to the size of a horse that y'all would want to ride around in?
Oh, wow.
I'm talking like, for example, like you want to scale up a duck. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't do a duck. A duck just sounds kind of ridiculous.
I have 2 birds at home.
Okay.
You know, I have a sun-cheek conure and a green-cheek conure.
Okay.
And so I think they're, you know, probably maybe about 11 inches, 10 inches long. But I think it would be pretty cool, you know, kind of be like an avatar. You know,
fly around to the scene.
Just fly around to, you know. So maybe having one of my birds or, you know, something like that. And
horse-sized bird flies around.
Yeah, there you go. I think that would be pretty cool. That's what's up. You know, we don't have to worry about traffic congestion.
Yeah.
I don't have to call for a helicopter anymore. We just get on there. Somebody's evading us, and, you know, we can go and just land right in front of them. Boom.
What are your birds' names, by the way?
Zazu and Mango.
Zazu and Mango. All right. Yeah. Come on, Zazu. Come on, Mango. And then, so you have the second bird, I'm assuming, is for your chief right here as well? Is that what's happening here?
Well, I mean, I think he's going to have to get permission from my daughter.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
You know, okay. I think they would probably enjoy riding on it.
There you go. You don't have to have those sirens on you. The birds are just going to be squawking while
Oh yeah,
it's
they squawk loud enough already. You know, I walk into the house, they hear the door open, and it's,
boom.
you know, they know daddy's home.
Caw,
and-
caw. That's it. That's what's up. How about yourself, Chief?
I would probably want to ride a guinea.
A guinea.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
I remember growing up, you know, watching those guineas. They would take off like an airplane and then they would just fly, you know.
Wow, okay.
So I think, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, you can actually, you know, pursue someone on the ground, and then all of a sudden when they get too fast, you can just take
Fly
off
up.
like an airplane.
That's what's up. That's actually clever. I didn't think of that one. I didn't even know idea. That's a sharp one. That's what's up. Thinking outside the box right there. Let's see what's going on. So another one of your family core values we discussed off the air was family. You know, so what does family mean to you? Because I've learned at the age of 32, 33 that I don't think blood defines family for me. I feel like there's actions that are taken at certain times in your life that I feel like truly define family, at least in my book. But what does family mean to you, and how has that impacted your not only your career but your journey? And I would love both of y'all to answer if you have it.
Well, you know, family is very dear to me. I have a lot of friends that I call brothers and sisters, even to a point where they would call my mom or my dad mom and dad.
Oh, that's what's up.
And, you know, you're right, blood doesn't dictate family, but at the same time, you know, my brothers and my sisters, you know, we're a very large family. You know, there's like 8 of us brothers and sisters.
Holy smokes.
A lot of nephews and nieces, and you know, my job is to, you know, kind of mend everybody together. So we make sure we do meet. You know, we meet at my mom's house, or we'll go to one of the sisters' houses, so the kids can kind of get to know each other. They can play with each other and understand, you know, the value of family.
True.
And you know, like Chief over here, not only is, you know, my chief deputy, was, you know, once my supervisor, was also my mentor, but it's more family. You know, it's a big brother to a little brother, and I think that's how we run, you know, the organization as well. Understanding that there's trust between us, where if I'm having a bad day, he's able to recognize it, and if he's having something going on with him, I'm able to recognize it.
Time out. Y'all don't finish each other's sentences, do you? Just making sure. I'm serious. No judgment. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I think in some cases we do. We'll just kind of nod like, hey, you know what? You know, that's what same thing I was thinking. I would have said the same thing. Yeah. We do that.
And I mean, I think it's more of that building chemistry. You know, we've probably known each other for about a good 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
And in that 5 or 6 years, you know, we've built such a strong chemistry working together. Kind of like, you know, we go back to basketball.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about James Harden, you know, and his failures, and it wasn't that it was a failure of the team. You know, it's just a failure on the chemistry. You know, we've had a lot of superstar players come here, from Dwight Howard to, you know, Russell Westbrook and, you know, Chris Paul coming to play with us. It was just the chemistry was not there.
True.
And you cannot succeed as an organization without the chemistry.
Real talk.
So you take the basketball standpoint of it, well, things that you can learn in, you know, your personal life, or, you know, even watching professional sports, we can utilize in law enforcement. And understanding that you have to have good chemistry in order to run an organization.
Real talk. That's what's up. That's what's up. How about yourself? How does the family aspect play into your life?
Well, you know, I learned very early. You know, I have my immediate family, and then I have my law enforcement family. My immediate family, you know, being a cop, you know, sometimes they think you have all the answers, you know, you have all the answers to everything. And then when you have family dispute, they call you, and then you have to fix those problems. Also, I lost my younger brother, 34 years old, domestic violence, and he had several kids. So now I have to serve as their uncle and you know, and something like a father figure to them. And it was kind of weird because when I retired a couple of months ago, you know,
Precinct 3.
Yeah, from Precinct 3, and then my law enforcement family came, and it reminded me, it's like, wow, I have 2 families. This is a real family, because due to COVID, so, you know, you had to, you know, be selective who who you could invite.
True.
But it was just like family, because being away from home, my mom lives 100 miles away, so I had to come here searching for family.
Wow.
So I had actually law enforcement family in my immediate family.
That's what's up, man. That's beautiful right there. Make me want to turn into go become a cop or something. I want to. That's what's up, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm getting the opportunity to talk to someone in law enforcement and this long and this detail. So I'm trying to make the most of it. So hopefully you guys aren't getting bored of these questions.
Oh, no, of course.
Instead of court, because you guys are precinct 4 and everything, right? So instead of court, what are some fun alternatives to settle differences with? Like, it's if you could suggest, people who come into court to settle their differences and stuff, to do something other than going to court, what would y'all suggest?
Let's go to the basketball court.
Basketball court? Not that kind of court, basketball court.
Yeah, let's go to the basketball court. Just a different type of court. And, hey, winner wins.
Right.
You lose or loses.
There you go. Keep it simple, basketball. All right.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
Maybe a simple foot race.
Foot race.
Yeah.
Oh,
Foot
man.
race.
I'm so glad knock on wood, I haven't had any run-ins with situations like that. I would have just lost every single one of them. It would have been the worst. In other news, Anil Suhani loses everything to, because of something terrible because I couldn't run. I don't know. Wow. All right, foot race and basketball. Okay, cool. That's interesting alternatives.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go with it. So far out of the guests, this is, episode 16, so I've had 15 guests prior. I assume it's, your job in society to serve, but I shouldn't assume, because to assume is to make out of you and me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what does service mean to you, Nabil, as well as to you, Jimmy? Jimmy, let me hear Jimmy first.
Service to me is, my own professional side, is being a guardian of the community.
Yeah.
Going out in the community, it's not always about arresting people or issue them traffic citations. There's other service you can provide them with information in regards to life. You can assist them, maybe giving them a ride to the store if they can't to the store, a clinic, or a hospital. To me, that is service.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Well, being Muslim and a God-fearing man, everything is service.
Real talk.
If you smiling at somebody is an act of kindness, it's service. Just saying hello to somebody, helping somebody put in, their grocery, an older lady put their groceries in their car, or holding the door for them and, greeting them. That's all service related. So everything you do in life is a service to benefit somebody else in any way, in any capacity. So now you take that into law enforcement, and just kind of like how a chief was saying, back, when I was a patrol deputy, it was very common for me to even stop and see somebody stranded on the side of the road and get out and just change their tire for them, knowing that I could have just asked for a record driver to come out there, could have, towed their car or whatever it may be. But if I was able to help them, you don't know what kind of day they've been having.
True.
Or if somebody's car stalled out, getting out and just pushing the car.
Real talk.
Let's get it out of, traffic. Let's get you into a safer area where, you can conduct your business, whether you're waiting on somebody, waiting on a part, whatever it may be. Or even going out and, playing basketball with kids.
Yeah.
I think Chief and I both have had some viral videos.
Really?
That have, come up. Chief playing basketball. And then, myself, going out and, finding kids and trying to mentor them. And, I had this, one teenage kid that we didn't want him. We kind of tried to mold him a little bit and didn't want him to get involved into, drugs or anything wrong.
Right.
And so I used to go out there and play basketball with them. And I was actually on a unrelated call next door. And his mom came out and was like, "Oh, Officer Shike, how you doing?" And we started talking about her son. And,
nice.
I asked, "Hey, how come I don't see you guys playing basketball anymore?" And she said, "Well, the kids broke, the basketball goals." So, I sat there and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll make a deal with you. If you get out, how are you doing in school?" And he wasn't doing as good in school. So I said, "Okay, get your grades up and I'll go out and buy you a basketball goal."
Hey.
And I believe it was Thanksgiving or so. So, I had... Chief was my sergeant at that time, so I had, let him know that this was something that I was wanting to do. It wasn't going to cost the department any money or anything like that. I was going to pay for it on my own. And I got a phone call from his mom, and she was first from him and saying, "Hey, I got my grades up." And then his mom talked to me. So what did we do? We went to academy, bought him a basketball goal, helped him assemble it. And I would go out there sometimes when, we weren't as busy.
Yeah.
And I'd go wake him up in the morning and say, "Hey, come out, let's go outside. Let's shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
What do you want to practice on today?" Or today, I'll kind of coach him.
Yeah.
And then, leave and then come back, and just always checking on them. So being
That's
a guardian, being a big brother, or even a little brother at times, to the community, I think that's what service really is.
I'm glad you guys, that's amazing, by the way. Kudos, congratulations. I'm glad you guys went viral for the right reasons and not getting dunked on by one of these kids that you just kind of you build a basketball court and he dunks on you. How hilariously viral.
I probably wouldn't have even, been mad at him. I would have been happy that, hey, at least that was the goal that I bought for him. That he
right, there you go. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so, I got a little enthralled in that story. This is interesting because I'm asking law enforcement folks this question right here. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done? Nabil, I'll go with you first. If you got arrested and there was no other explanation that you can give to the people you found, who found out, like your family, what would they assume? Oh, Nabil probably got arrested for it. Jimmy, after you.
I don't know, probably speeding.
Speeding?
I mean, that's the only thing that can probably come into my head, even though if I'm not speeding, but if I have my dad riding in the car with me, at 71 years old, or my mom especially, if you go even 1 mile over the speed limit, you're speeding to her.
That's it. Oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah. Hey, no, slow down.
That's what's up. Yeah. Chief?
Maybe debating a traffic violation.
Debating a traffic violation.
Right, refusing to sign the citation.
Wow, that's hilarious. I didn't know you can get arrested for that. I don't want to sign it. You're under arrest. Really? Oh, I'm learning something even I didn't know I was going to be learning today. That's wonderful. Now, you didn't list basketball as a life value, but you did mention how you love playing it as well as watching it. But would you consider that as a life value for you, basketball?
Growing up, we talked about off air on the dream team.
Yep.
And we kind of went into it about what the dream team truly was.
Right.
It was our national team, winning the gold medal and all that. But I was born a Rockets fan.
Yep.
Growing up watching the Rockets, watching Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler and Robert Horry, Vernon Maxwell, Sam Cassell, Mario Elie.
Everybody, yeah.
And us winning our championship, and then me wanting to grow up actually wanting to play basketball and just understanding the game, learning the game, and I think basketball you can probably say is a life value because it helped keep me out of trouble.
That's what's up.
My dad had bought us a basketball goal, and all the kids in the neighborhood would come to my house to lose to me. I was very good.
That's what's up.
We would all play very competitive, and I think it helped keep me out of trouble and helped mold me, helped teach me some discipline.
Great.
Being on different basketball teams up to varsity basketball helps you understand how to build chemistry with your teammates.
True.
How to play in a team environment and work in a team environment.
Yeah.
I think it all together, it kind of helped me in this position that I'm in today.
That's what's up. Basketball or sports, the life value, anything?
Man, you talk about basketball, you talk about sports. It started when I was in the, fourth grade.
Sure.
And growing up in a small town, you played all three sports. If you didn't play all three sports and you didn't play 3 or 4 positions, then you wouldn't consider that as an athlete.
Yeah.
So each sport offers something differently. It taught me teamwork. It also alerted me that there was people faster than you, stronger than you.
Yep.
So when I came into law enforcement, the adjustment as far as teamwork had already been done for my supervisors because I knew all about teamwork.
Yeah.
So I was able to take what I learned in sports and then apply it to my everyday life and even in my professional life as a police officer because teamwork with your fellow deputies in the community is very important.
That's what's up.
And on the basketball, I still play, today, and unfortunately we don't have James Harden anymore. But hey, it is a business, and so but what we're looking to do here in Fort Bend, I've already spoken to Sheriff Eric Fagan about it, is to have a basketball game between the Precinct 4 Constable's office and the Sheriff's office. And, where we play against them. And the whole purpose of it is to raise money for scholarships for the graduating classes in Fort Bend County.
That's what's up.
And, we're depending on how COVID is, and when May comes around, that's when we're really wanting to try to do something. If not May, then we'll push it back to August. And, that's our way of giving back to the community and something that we love doing.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So are you telling me, by the way, thank y'all so much for those detailed answers. Are you telling me that you're calling out the other precincts right now to play basketball?
I'll call out everybody to come play basketball.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you this moment because we got to wrap up. I got to enthrall in y'all's story. I'm going to give you this moment to tell America and all the viewers out there anything you want to say, whatever you want to say. You got your camera right there.
You want to start with me or with Chief?
Oh, let's go right ahead, Nabil, and then Jimmy, whenever.
Guys, we are coming in. This is a new administration. We've made a lot of positive changes. When we speak about diversity means nothing without inclusion. And that is why we have, your Muslim constable. We have the first African-American chief deputy. We have the first female Hispanic lieutenant in our precinct's history. We're looking to be a part of the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, where we target child predators. We would be the first constable's agency in Fort Bend County to do that. We're looking to be part of the Narcotics Task Force and battling human trafficking and just growing the agency to provide better public service and traffic mobility for our citizens and those who are visiting our precinct. So we are growing. Come by and see us at our office. It's right off of Derry Ashford and 90 in Sugar Land. So come by. I'll be there. You will see me in a uniform, even though I've been told I don't have to be in a uniform. But I like being in a uniform. The same thing with my command.
The fresh is so clean.
Because we want our deputies to feel pride when they put that uniform on, knowing that their command staff is constantly in a uniform. They're there working. Long hours. So, we're here. We're ready to help. And, thank you for having us on your show.
What's up? Appreciate it. How about yourself, Chief Jimmy? Anything to the crowd out there?
If you want to be a part of a great team, you believe in community-oriented policing, you believe in being great, this is the place to be. We are hiring. You can go to Fort Bend County jobs.gov and apply for Fort Bend County Constable Precinct 4. We would love to hear from you.
That's what's up. Thank y'all so much, Constable Nabil Shike. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Chief Jimmy Evans, truly appreciate you coming through as well. This has been an amazing doubleheader, first of its kind on the show. And I want to thank y'all as well for watching tonight's show. It's a late Sunday night, so again, have a great week ahead. We'll see you next week. This is Anil Sohani signing off for Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston, H-Town till I stay down.